Welcome back to Great Day Live in Des Moines. Of course, today is the big day. New Star Wars movie comes out later on tonight. And look who is paying us a visit. Jason Parkin, you have to be on cloud nine.
I mean, this thing is spot on, isn't it? It's fantastic. And we're joined by a guy I met at the Maker Faire last fall.
Oh, that's right,
At the Science Center. Yep. Jason Cross had R2 there and was talking to the kids and everything. And I said, man, you've got to come on the show and you've got to come on the premiere day on the 17th. And this is not an easy task moving this around, is it, Jason?
It's very heavy. It's about 150 pounds, and
wow.
It takes me and another person lifting it out of the car, putting it back in. It's,
All right, Jason, let's get caught up as to a little bit about your history before we talk more about R2-D2. Tell everybody where you're from and what company you are with.
I'm from Indianola. I have a company, Nolasoft, website design, software design company. About 20 years in business.
Mm-hmm. And what in the world made you say, you know what, I'm going to build me an R2-D2?
You know, I was really looking for like a robotics project, and obviously, you know, like most guys my age, I like Star Wars. And I was at a Comic-Con, and there was a group of guys who build these. And they're like, hey, we have a club called the R2 Builders Club.
No way. I mean, of course there is, but no way.
Yeah, right, exactly. and I'm like, you know, the idea of being able to build something, but also have a community around it where there's time and help to, if you have, you know, any issues, to figure out how to do it.
Sure.
Exactly. So it's not just on my own.
Is it a kit, or did you
It's not
physically
it's not
fabricate?
a kit. Everyone's is different, but people in the group, they'll go together to have certain parts made.
I see.
You know, so they'll have a machinist make, you know, like a hub on the side.
Okay.
Or a guy might do a run of domes. But then all the finishing, all the assembly, all the electronics, everyone figures out on their own.
Can you spin the back of his head around to face the camera there? Because
the
both
lights.
of those things on the back move too, right?
Right.
Yeah, all the three, they call them holo projectors, move. There are over 500 LEDs in the dome.
I was going to say, there's so many different intricate lights.
These two things on the side change colors. And it's funny because everyone's about precision.
Right.
So this is like within a millimeter of the real one.
Wow.
The color changing lights. In the original movies, they used a little wheel that spun with a light behind it.
Oh, okay, sure.
And every once in a while, it gets stuck. And so they're actually programmed where every once in a while, the colors get stuck.
Just to
look
honor
the same
the movie.
way.
Oh, really?
As in there.
What do we have? So what do we have in the front? R2 is like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he has a couple little arms. Mine currently don't move out. There are some panels that open
Currently,
up.
is this a continued work in progress?
It's never, you know, it's done but never complete.
Okay.
Got it. Now, how long did it take you to have a working R2-D2?
I've spent about 3 years currently on this. You know, each year it gets a little bit further along. Finally, you know, done a few months ago.
Are any of these parts something you could buy at the hardware store, or are they all kind of specially made?
Well, all the screws and nuts.
That's about it?
That's about it. A lot of like glue where certain parts are.
But everything else is custom fabricated?
Yeah, everything else is based on...
Like the dome
the
isn't
original
a dome from something else that's created just for this
No, because
machine.
they, you know, for a while, I guess at one point, there was some sort of round bird feeder that was kind of the right shape, but then they stopped making it. You know, the little, the holo projectors, little movie things on the head, those were these type of like desk lights that were made in England in the 70s.
Oh, funny.
And they don't make them anymore, so the recreations of them.
So is this all, is it aluminum or steel?
So mine's like a hybrid. So the dome on mine's actually styrene plastic.
Okay.
That has been painted and then rub and buffed with this aluminum stuff to make it look aluminum. The body is all aluminum. The feet are steel. The legs are actually wood. The legs are plywood.
They are?
That have been coated with, it's called Evercoat. They use it when they're fixing cars.
Huh.
So they're coated and sanded and coated. It took a month of coating and sanding over and over to make them smooth. But think rough edge plywood, that's what those originally were like.
And then driving all of this, you have this amazing remote.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can...
I have this remote. It's
You hold it up so you can see. Craig is going to zoom in over here on this camera here. He's going to zoom in on you.
I mean, it looks like a model airplane remote. But
and that's exactly what it is. So it's a model airplane remote that's been modified.
And you're using with your phone?
Yeah, it's an app that controls all the sounds and the actions for him. You know, this controls his body, this controls the dome, this will move, I can set it where the front little thing moves. And then this is all of the actions, and then this all just is radios that sends out 2 computers
So
within it.
how long does a charge on R2-D2 last?
Well, it's funny because when I first had him at the Science Center the first 2 years, it lasted about 30 minutes, which was not ideal. And so I put a new battery in him a few months ago, and I actually use now a marine battery, which is what you have in a boat that can run, a
Deeper cycle, yeah.
Yeah, it's a deep cycle marine battery. It's about 50 pounds, just the battery. And I've had him out only one other time so far since that battery, but it was another thing at the Science Center. Ran 3 hours, only used about 20% of the battery.
That's good.
So hopefully now.
Do you
it's
have a
all
trickle
day.
charger to keep it maintained? or-
Yeah, yep, I do. So he pretty much stays now in the garage plugged in.
Yep.
Yeah, I like to make jokes about, my astromech in the garage and the car.
So besides Great Day, is R2-D2 doing any special appearances today? With
Yeah,
this being a very special day for Star Wars
We'll be
fans.
at Flicks tonight. We're going to be at Flicks this evening before the premiere, along with, I think they have stormtroopers from the 501st, a guy who built a booth that looks like the cantina, where you can pretend you're shooting Greedo, so you can say whether you shot first or whether he did. Yeah, and so it should be a nice event out there.
Oh, this is going to be a
Right.
lot of fun.
Well, I thank you so much for getting up early and hauling this heavy thing in here. But I thought on a day like this, folks would be interested in
I was
this
gonna
and
say,
get a
it's
kick out of
perfect.
it.
Have him go back and forth across the front here.
Of course.
It's great.
This is absolutely awesome. So, we always say, folks, you never know what you're going to see on Great Day. Here's proof right here. No question about it. That is so neat that on the premiere of the new Star Wars movie, R2-D2, and his servant, Jason, make an appearance on the Great Day show. Thank you so much for
Yes,
coming over
thank
here.
you.
No, thank you.
This is so awesome.
And there's
Your website. Now, what
right there.
type of things do you build at your website?
So we build websites for companies, local, national. It all just depends on the project.
It has apps up there too. So
Yeah, we've done some apps over the years. So yeah,
and it's called NOLA Soft.
NOLA Soft. And so if anyone has a project or a need, we try to specialize in really understanding their need and then building out for it.
Man, you're right here local too.
Yes, yep.
Right down in Indianola.
Indianola, but a lot of people in Des Moines.
Okay, awesome, wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you very
Jason.
Thanks for
much.
being here.
Appreciate it.
R2, thanks, man. Thanks for coming over, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, now R2, say we'll be right back after this. Okay, if you could.
Very good.
That's awesome.